everybody. Welcome to episode 22 of the Sea Salt Podcast. I'm host Brer Fox. With me, we got
Jojo,
Zach,
and Robert.
So we're finally back after like 4 weeks. I think
it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
We've all been very busy. Haven't had much time. We haven't had much time to record
later.
Yeah, but we're back. Hopefully, back to our normal schedule. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So I mean, I suppose the biggest thing that happened was Union Cross came out. That was the biggest thing that happened in our absence. Yeah.
I got the Switch and it gave up.
Yeah.
Gave up mobile gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I've barely played much of it because 1.5 and 2.5 came out, so I've played it a little bit, but I mean, it's all the time I would spend
It's
playing.
just the same shit.
All the time I would spend playing, I keep wanting to say Unchained Key. All the time I would be spent playing Union Cross, I've been playing 1.5 and 2.5.
Do you still have your login every day streak going?
Yeah, I do. I don't play it every single day, but I log in every single day. But yeah. So I mean, Union Cross. I mean, like, it's cool. The update. Obviously the multiplayer is fun, but like, there's a couple little things. Like there's a couple new faces. Like there's some cool things. Like you could add the SIDS, like 20 SIDS up to it now rather than 10. So I can finally get 6 stars on like every single one on my Keyblade, which is nice.
He's been on top of that.
Yeah.
Been watching his deck.
Mm-hmm. And
rich motherfucker.
Yeah, I like when I went to your thing and you had 0 medals. You had 1 medal and it was like a 1-star pence. And I was like, why? Why the fuck?
That's all you need. All you need is pens. That's all you need. And also shared medal.
Yeah, what you explained it, but I forgot.
There is a quest it was one of the Gauntlet Daily Thing quests, and it's like use 4-star or less medals, and then I got a 1-star pens. I was like, that's less than 4 stars.
Yeah, so there's like daily quests now to getting SIDS, kind of like how they had the daily jewels every now and then. It's permanent now though, which is nice.
They're more nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're still dicks, but they're more nice.
Yeah, they're being more
smaller dicks.
Yeah, they're being more generous. Which, speaking of that, being the game being too Jewish. One of the things I really like how in the multiplayer how they handle the deaths, because if you die, I don't know, have you played multiplayer at all?
I did.
Yeah, okay. I played it.
I looked at it.
I played it with random people, and it's really fun. I will say it's a lot of fun playing multiplayer. It's really smooth. It works really well. And it's especially like the transitions between. I'm impressed with the way they transition your turn versus other people's turn, because when it's your turn, obviously you're not moving, but then other people are, so they have their stuff sped up more, so it catches up. And they do a really nice job of having it look very seamless, and it's not like you're not missing anything. And the same thing when you die, you have it's a number pops up, and then there's a countdown, and somebody else can tap it, and that makes them lose one of their attacks. So rather than using one of their medals, they will bring you back to life and everything. And then if it goes down 3 times or something, then it's use 100 jewel to continue. It's it'd be nice if it wasn't pay to still be alive, which is annoying. I do like how it's not just straight up you die, or it's not just straight up you play forever. There's a bit of concern of actually having to pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's also not what I would expect from Unchained Key, to where it's all right, you get touched, you have to pay 100 jewel to continue. It's
give us your money.
Is it multiplayer PvE or multiplayer PvP?
PvE so
PvE.
far.
Mm-hmm.
PvP is probably when the Keyblade War starts.
Yeah, I kind of doubt they'll do that with Unchained Key though. That seems kind of or Union Cross. I'm sorry.
Because considering other people and considering what the medals do,
mm-hmm.
I guess the game was really set up for PvE.
Yeah,
the medals were set up so you can take out 10,000 health.
Yeah.
But
it is really cool with other people, just seeing the fucking health go with everyone using badass medals at the same time. It's really cool.
And then
it's a lot of
medals
fun.
which do
instead of the old technically multiplayer, where it's you do a little bit of health.
And they still have those raid bosses, but it's still the actual in fucking Union Cross raid bosses are fucking epic, dude.
I remember I once grind a
dicks,
raid boss for an hour. I only did a quarter of its health too.
Yeah,
because I wanted a super hard.
The
one.
weekend raid bosses, like they have like fucking.
Yeah.
You have to have a team.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Otherwise, you are going to sit there for like 2 hours.
I got a lot of I leveled like every single time because I was like I hit a point where I was gaining enough AP to where it was barely going down.
Yeah.
So I would just kept doing that over and over and over again using like specific medals. And so I was leveling up basically every time I was doing it. I gained like 20 levels that time. But you know,
there's a raid boss this week that's like I don't know how.
I've been doing. Like, I've gotten it to level 80.
Yeah. I've been I probably haven't played it as much as I would have, you know, if 1.5, 2.5 wasn't out. But yeah, I got quite a bit. I leveled up. I'm approaching. I think I just got to 250, so I'm approaching the 300 cap, which I'm worried about because. I mean, like, for one thing, it's like, it's always nice to, even though at this point, it's like, unless you're fighting a raid boss, your level goes up, like, this much, so it takes, like, 10 years to actually level up, but still, it's nice to see it, you know, level up a bit, and also the fact that I have gotten myself to level 300 in a mobile game is kind of depressing on myself. It's fun. Like, honestly, I don't play mobile games ever. This is, I think, the first mobile game I've downloaded since, like, fucking, I don't know. I think I got Angry Birds when I was in like middle school. I think, like, I mean, honestly,
Doodle Jump.
Oh man,
I never played Doodle Jump.
I tried Mario Run. That was probably the last like
flashbacks.
But no, I never played mobile games like ever. It's just I just always thought like I have like a thing where like a
mobile game
PS4.
is trash anyway.
Yeah, you know. But Unchained Key, it's at like or Union Cross. I'm sorry, it's gonna take me a while. It's gonna take me a while to get used to it. But no, it's It like for one thing, like it's fun. It's like sure it's repetitive, but I mean like if for a mobile game, like it's actually fun. And like I don't play it like every goddamn day. You know, maybe like generally it's like once a week I'll actually put in maybe like 45 minutes to actually sit down and play it. You know, and it's like for me to spend that much time on a mobile game, it's like you know they did a damn good job.
That's an accomplishment. Good job, Squeenix.
Yeah.
And Cena.
Yeah. There's a I guess. You could kind of transition it into another discussion that I have where I was thinking about. But before we get into that, I want to talk a bit about 1.5, more about 1.5 plus 2.5 because I'm almost finished with Rechanted Memories. I'm about to go into Twilight Town on Enriku's story, and there's been two big problems, or not big. There are two problems that I've actually encountered with it so far. I mean, I've only played one Chain Memories, so there could be more bigger things in other games I haven't seen yet. But so far, there's a bit of in both games. There's like missing sounds sometimes. So like sometimes when you'll like attack an enemy, it like rather than you know like when you hear like the when the heartless explode, there'll just be no sound. Or like sometimes like Sora won't make a huh or something like that. And it's one of those things where it doesn't affect gameplay at all. Like it in no way like hinders you know your gameplay.
Your emotional level.
But yeah, it takes you out of the like immersion for like a half a second maybe. And so it's like it's not a big thing, but like that is something that could easily be patched, and I do hope that they do patch that at some point because they've been pretty decent with patching stuff recently. So I do hope that they do.
They're probably just working on Final Fantasy 15 because I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I still haven't even played Episode Gladio yet because I've been playing Kingdom Hearts. It came out like the same day as Kingdom Hearts, and I'm like, well, sorry, 15.
Oops.
Yeah.
So I've been hearing that it's like it's probably not worth how much is it? $5?
I don't know. I got the fucking season pass, so I don't know.
I haven't played the game. Well, I haven't restarted the game yet. It's on the list.
I still need to download the patch. I haven't patched it since the day one patch, so rip me.
I'm slowly crawling through it.
Yeah.
But since I just do like a bunch of other games right now, I've been kind of working my way through Legion. But yeah, so I've been slowly working my way through 15. I have probably spent half the game on a chocobo at this point.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, that's pretty
just because I can.
Yeah.
I heard. Well, I thought I heard this. They had a thing where you can drive off road. Was that a patch or was that mine just crazy?
Not that I know of, at least.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can fly. Yeah, you can get the car to fly, if that's what you mean. And then when you're flying, Naka goes, "Where we're going, we don't need roads." But I mean,
there's no need to be upset.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, it's the funniest fucking thing because all the characters do exactly what they do when they're driving, but it like just. Well, in the air. So, like, Gladio will just be sitting there, like, reading a book as you're like, it's the funniest goddamn thing. They're all so, like, calm about it. They're so calm about it. It's like, all of a sudden, you're just driving, then the car sprouts swings, and you go, and everyone's just sitting there. I love that game so goddamn much.
Dude, the car is fucking baller as shit.
The
It's
Regalia.
such a fucking cool car. I probably spent a good like hour in my first playthrough just like being like this color, not this color.
Yeah.
This interior, these wheels, this color. Like it's fucking cool.
Wasn't it? It wasn't that car, but wasn't it a different car they actually made?
Yeah, it was the Regalia. Yeah,
So was
they made the Regalia.
I remember that was one of the
It's
was
a
it like
real
the
thing.
15 announcement things.
with the kind of funny.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I was like, oh, that's cool.
I remember when I watched it because I didn't know as much. All I knew was just from the trailers. Because I didn't look. I did the thing what I do with most stuff with Final Fantasy 15, where I didn't watch too much trailers. I didn't look too much into it, so it'd be as new of an experience as possible. I should have turned off Discord. My bad. But not because with Kingdom Hearts, which I actually might end up doing with Kingdom Hearts 3 if it gets too bad, where I just kind of like push myself away. Like with same thing. What do I do with Star Wars? I specifically with Star Wars. I watched up to the first trailer. I watched all the teasers up to the first legit trailer, and I watched the first actual trailer. Then I don't watch anything else. I don't look into anything else, just so it's as new.
Was this last one a trailer or a teaser?
What, for Star Wars?
Yeah,
that was a teaser. I did watch that, and that was fucking amazing.
Dude,
Yeah.
have you seen the thing where like they paralleled both of the teasers and like they are almost shot for shot the same? But
I'm not
like,
surprised, yeah.
But like they're way different because it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like the way that they just made it.
Discord
'Cause
being
it's
a bitch.
The same
Yeah.
but different.
Yeah.
We talk about Kingdom Hearts here.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
Hey, Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts?
yeah. We talked about that many times.
We need a thumbnail, clickbait
yeah.
title.
Big,
Clickbait.
bold headline.
It's
Arrows,
funny
'cause
just
we had-
arrows to random
I
shit.
vaguely remember we talked about this in like 10 podcasts ago.
We've talked about this many, many times, Star
Yeah.
Wars and Marvel. Because that's
Yeah.
the biggest things with Kingdom Hearts 3 that people always talk about is, well, they have Star Wars now. Is Marvel going to be in it? And everyone knows my stance.
Yeah, the only thing we have left is on podcast 30. It's just gonna be Brer. We're all gonna be dead.
Yep. Yeah. But not because with the thing like with 15, I watched a couple of trailers, but I didn't extensively watch every single one. Especially when it was getting closer to it coming out. I purposely didn't watch the last handful. But see, I didn't know that much about the car, so when I saw it, I was like, "That's cool. Like, all right, they're making a car." But now I'm sure if I went back and watched it, now I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I want it!" Like,
Take my money.
yeah, seriously.
I wonder how much that car went through. Probably
It was
millions,
a lot,
billions.
I'm sure,
Not
yeah.
millions.
Mhm.
Not billions, but
Unless they mass produce it.
No, it was just one.
It was
Just
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
made
gonna go
one.
for millions and billions.
Yeah.
Million.
But not.
Squares is gonna be rolling in more money than we
I'm gonna turn off Discord.
Yeah, no wonder.
Where's the damn gas tank?
You know, no wonder Final Fantasy 15 made all its money back at launch. They sold the car.
Yeah.
That was it.
Speaking of Final Fantasy 15 making a lot of money, the CEO of Square Enix, there was an interview with him recently, and one of the things, pretty much the only like interesting thing that he said was that he believed that probably the biggest reason for the worldwide success of Final Fantasy 15 was the worldwide release at the same time. And which I do agree with that. I do think that is a big factor in it. And he said that he's going to try to make for most of his games, at least the big games, to try to have them all be worldwide releases, which is a really big thing, especially for Kingdom Hearts, considering, like the 2.8, there was like a 2-week gap, I think, between that, which that was hard, and it's like with 1.5, 2.5 doesn't matter as much because it's all the same shit, but it's it's like with Kingdom Hearts 3, that's gonna suck really hard trying to avoid fucking the internet completely after that. But not so.
Data mine.
Guess I'll just die.
But no. So it is nice that they're aware of the fact that worldwide releases help.
It makes some money.
Yeah. And that if they're making money, then they make more stuff for us, and it makes us happy. So
maybe we should keep doing this.
Yeah. And so I do hope that they continue to do that because I mean with 15. That was like a straight up worldwide, like the same day on everywhere. It was the exact same day. Whereas like with 2.8, it was like December, January. It was after they fucking delayed it. It was like
trailer. January was the 23rd.
Yeah, just my heart sank. But no, it was like it was January worldwide basically, but it wasn't a specific date. And I really hope they nail it to where they actually do what they do with 15 for most of their games at least, and their big games, which Kingdom Hearts 3 is obviously included in that, and any other like Final Fantasy games that come out. I really hope that they do that because it does also, like he said, it keeps everyone, because if it comes out in Japan and then everyone's freaking out about it, but then it's like and then everyone is like, oh, well, I can't play it yet. Then they forget about it, you know? And then by the time it comes out in America, they don't care, you know? For people that, you know, like, don't, that aren't, like, extensively following, you know, like Final Fantasy or something. Like, I think that if Final Fantasy came out, was not a worldwide release, that there would be a lot of people that, you know, just kind of forgot about it and just were like, all right, whatever. But by the time it came out in the US, they'd be like, all right, whatever, you know.
I might get it.
Yeah, exactly. But with the complete,
that came out.
Yeah.
with the complete worldwide release, I do think that it does help, and it also helps me keep my sanity, avoiding spoilers.
Don't have to avoid everything for a good 2 weeks.
I'll have to chuck the computer out the window.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, was that a release? Just
Yeah. But I actually
You're
might.
free.
When
For 2 weeks.
wings and start flying away.
Come back in 2 weeks.
And Nomura's like, you don't need this.
Yeah.
Actually, Nomura would open it and just show you all the spoilers.
Yeah. But actually, because when Kingdom Hearts 3 gets closer, I actually might tune out, because Square Enix with Kingdom Hearts, they've always been pretty bad with like spoiling fucking everything in the trailers. Yeah. And when Kingdom Hearts 3 gets closer, if they get to a point where they're spoiling a lot of stuff, I might just tune out of Kingdom Hearts. I mean, we might still make podcast episodes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if it gets too bad, I may. Well, I mean, because we wouldn't be talking about anything relevant. We'd be like, so what do you think is going to be Kingdom Hearts 3? Even though everyone else already knows what's happening. I mean, that's not going to be happening for a while. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, because they just had the thing, wasn't it? I mean, no surprise, Kingdom Hearts isn't coming out this year.
Well,
so
yeah,
they
obviously.
show in there. Then they released their financial.
Oh
things.
yeah, it was like fiscal year 2018 and beyond, which is like
April.
I think that's like October to like April, I think.
Yeah,
so
it's offset by a few months.
Yeah, but
the fiscal year, it's like, well, the whole fiscal year is April, but April, I think.
Yeah,
but
and so it's 2018 and beyond, so it's beyond. Let's be real.
I mean, I think no surprise.
Well, yeah,
no surprise. Kingdom Hearts is coming this year. Also, no surprise, it's not coming early, like Q1 or 2, 2018. Yeah. I think this game may not even come till 2019.
I'm holding out for 18. I think that at E3 they're gonna show us what they show us will give us an indication about like how far they are in development. I think that if they show like a huge trailer or really like because I honestly think that they might give a release window at E3, and if they do, then it's like then we know okay, it's actually might be coming late 2018, you know. Yeah. But if it still says now in development at the end of the trailer, I think it's still further away. Yeah. 2018, 2019.
I could see them doing what like basically every game last year did, which was like tell us it's coming in November and then be like psych and push it back to like March or something like that.
Square Enix is normally good with delays, I would say, because a lot of times
nice about it.
Yeah, also just because they normally they're normally good with figuring out how close they are to the dates. The two. There was Final Fantasy 15, the big ones, especially with relevant to this podcast, Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts, 1.5, 2.5, both got delayed. 1.5 plus 2.5 got delayed because of Final Fantasy 15, so that wasn't anything wrong with Kingdom Hearts. And Final Fantasy 15 got delayed because
it needed more time. I think they would have delayed that game again if they could.
Oh yeah, well I'm sure.
Game could have
because it had a day one. The reason they delayed it is because they didn't want to have a day one patch, and they still had a day one patch.
No
but I think
patch.
I think at that point it was kind of like if they delayed it again, everyone would be like, all right, fuck this shit,
Yeah.
So
I think that was like their last delay. Like they couldn't do that again.
Because I mean,
just delay it one day.
Final Fantasy 15. One thing Square Enix is smart about though is because one of the reasons they're always good about their release dates is because they don't show their release dates until they know for a fact, like, all right, we can finish it by this time, And which is why, like, Final Fantasy 15 was in development for, 8-9 years before they announced the release date. Yeah. And that's, exactly why. Because they knew that, like, all right, we don't know. Same thing with Kingdom Hearts 3. They have an idea of when it'll be released, but they don't know for sure. And so they're waiting until they know for sure, all right, it'll be done by this date. And I think that at E3... I do think though they said that like they're not sure if they're gonna show something, but I think they're gonna have at least something in Kingdom Hearts 3, whether it be like D23 when they announced Big Hero 6 and it's just like, hey, this is happening in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Roy Conley walks on stage.
Yeah.
Hey, Disney fans.
Yeah, whether it be something like that or whether it be a big trailer, I think that will determine. Because at this point, it's kind of hard to tell. Because I don't even remember what the last Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer we had. It was a while ago,
Yeah.
Which, understandable, because, 2.8, 1.5, 2.5, they had a lot of other, and Union Cross coming out and everything. They've had a lot of Kingdom Hearts stuff happening that isn't 3. And so it makes sense for them to be like, all right, look at this while we work on 3, don't worry about it. And if it's still
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah. And if it's still at a point where, we get, it's just, if we don't get anything, it's like we're doomed,
Yeah.
But I mean, if we get a little something, I would say 2019 maybe.
And maybe Union Cross in America could update to the Japanese version.
Yeah, please. That's never happened.
Can we see Blaine?
Yeah, fucking
Tiny-
Fedora Man.
Fedora Man.
Milady. I saw the fucking thing where it was like he meeting Skull. Oh, Milady. But
Tiny Ventus.
Yeah.
Magical fucking Fedora that tips itself.
But yeah, I do think that. But no, speaking of Union Cross, one thing that a lot of people have been talking a lot about is how some people are saying, which I'm kind of like in the middle of this personally, which I can see both sides of the discussion about. Well, anyway, it's some people are saying that Union Cross is starting to become too relevant to the story, for it to be like too. Like it's too prominent because one of the big things that made people start to like scream about this was I think it was one of the 1.5 2.5 trailers. It showed like play the whole story, and it had 1.5 2.5 2.8 and then Union Cross, and everyone was like, oh, I see what you're doing, like I see. Which personally, my opinion of this is I think that everything you need to know to play Kingdom Hearts 3 is in is in back cover. And I think that everything else will be summed up, at least, in Kingdom Hearts 3. Because, like, Ven being in Union Cross is probably going to be at least a semi-relevant plot point.
It's just going to explain why he has no memories at the beginning of Birth by Sleep. Because, like, if you really think about it, the only reason you'd ever play Birth by Sleep for the overarching Kingdom Hearts story is for explaining the freaking why Terra has a cape.
Yeah. Doctor Strange on it.
Why Xehanort is young as fuck.
I guess why Riku and Sora or how they got their Keyblades.
How they got their Keyblades. Why Kairi can use a Keyblade.
There's actually a lot of stuff. I mean, you're saying it like there's not much, but Birth by Sleep has a lot.
As I'm saying this,
stuff.
I'm realizing, wow, you actually need to play Birth by Sleep.
Out of all the actually, we'll talk about that. That's a story topic for at least another, maybe if we have time. I was actually thinking about that, or something like that. But anyway,
that's why it's the best game.
It's
what?
It's alright. I think that everything will be summed up that like you need to know. Like obviously Ven being there in fucking what do you call it?
Ven needs to get his memories back.
Ven being Dandelion. I'm sure like something will be there to like sum up everything that is in Union Cross. I think the reason that they're advertising it to seem like it's super relevant is just so they get people to play.
Yeah.
And it's like I realize I'm buying into it, but it's like for one thing it's like it's a fun game. Like I have fun playing it. It's nice to have something. I mean, honestly, personally, I don't really play video games much anymore, like at all. Yeah. Pretty much the only games I play now are like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy. That's it. I got the South Park game, which I haven't played yet. It was on sale for like $5. I got Elder Scrolls Online, which I haven't played yet.
Sunk like 2 hours into Nier Automata.
Well, no, I got it on I got it on Steam first, but then I couldn't play it. My PC couldn't run it, so then I got it on the PS4, and I think I'm like 5 hours into it. But then Kingdom Hearts came out, so
can't you like fuck with like your HUD and shit in that game?
Yeah, you can basically kill yourself from the menu in Nier Automata.
Yeah, you just hold down the fucking button. You go like.
Yeah, like you're in the field. There's literally
a self-destruct button.
There's a button dedicated to self-destructing.
Yeah.
If you pause the game, you can remove stuff like your health, your like name, like the map, and it'll free up space, and you can do stuff. You could do like more stuff. But the best part is that you can remove the OS chip, which is basically your entire operating system.
So you basically delete System 32.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Game over from
I also heard that like playing through the game itself over and over changes shit.
Well, it's the same. It's kind of the same thing that they do with the first Nier, where like there's different endings. Okay, well, from what
it's like Chain of Memories.
Okay. From what I played, with I haven't played, like I said, I'm like 5 hours into Automata. The story in the first one, or the gameplay in the second one in Automata is a lot better than the first one. But the story in the first one, so far at least, is way, way better. Because the first one deals with like a guy like and his daughter's sick, and then she like gets kidnapped and everything. It's like I care way more about like this whole family thing, then I am a robot dedicated to saving Earth. It's like, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't give a shit.
I am a robot killing robots.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, maybe...
That's sexy.
Yeah, seriously, fucking hell.
Fucking Borns.
With the maid outfit.
Yeah, I saw this video.
And also my small child friend who wants to fuck me.
The born sexy yesterday trope.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was really good.
It was really good. And the ending got a little but...
I was like, yeah, I get it.
So like every time you run, you see booty, right?
Yeah. Every time you climb a ladder, just booty.
It's like...
I mean, the first Nier had a character like that, but it wasn't like she wore pretty much like nothing. But it's like I think it's okay to have a fan service character if it's not like super in your face about it. And
it's not the main character.
Yeah, well, I mean,
or like the character you play as.
It's one of those things where it's like, obviously, I don't mind booty. I don't fucking care.
Give me that booty.
I think
we're all ass men here.
Okay, I realize we're
okay.
No, wait, hold on. I realize we're getting too far up. But to finish my point, I think like
accept the science.
I think Kill la Kill is the perfect way of like. This is super fan service, but they don't take it seriously at all. That's like kind of the whole point of Kill la Kill is like fan service, and they're completely making fun of the whole thing. Yeah. Whereas Nier Automata, well, yeah, the yeah.
More recently,
for a more recent example,
I never finished Keijo, but Kill la Kill I've watched all of it.
You guys dragged me to that one time.
Twice.
Yeah. I started rewatching the dub, but I never finished it. Yeah. It was good though.
It was,
but I think with Nier Automata, it almost seems like like they actually take it seriously, which is like you're not supposed to. Like at least make fun of it, like at least once.
Don't give me actual fan service.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't mind the booty, but like
I want fake fan service, not real fan service. Like it comes out to the same thing.
Like I said, I don't mind the booty, but it's just like
there's ironic fan service, which you still get the fan service.
That's Kill la Kill.
Also get the irony,
I guess.
Yeah. But then there's just fan service.
It's like Keijo, you launch like 1,000,000 butts out of the sky.
some of the moves in Keijo, I'm just like, okay.
That's actually a parody of like. It's a reference to like some other anime, probably, definitely.
So. Yeah, we get back on
Kingdom Hearts.
No,
actually, I was thinking about this. A while ago they said that all of the stuff they'd made up to that point was all the end of the game stuff, like all the.
What do you mean? Which game?
Kingdom Hearts 3. They said that they basically all the stuff we've already finished that we want to show you was the stuff we couldn't show you because it's like the end of the game.
Oh yeah.
They're working backwards.
Yeah, basically.
Well, they because also with they said because there are some worlds that they've like completely finished and some worlds that they haven't even started yet. Yeah. And the worlds that are completely finished, they haven't announced yet, so they can't say. Yeah. So it's like if they have like
Star Wars,
or like a Zootopia world,
Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts.
Which you heard it here first, folks.
I was thinking about that.
We have an inside source
with the whole thing with like. There's some worlds they haven't touched. Maybe there's a small chance that they got another IP that was released really really late after development, and maybe it was Zootopia, and maybe there'll be a Zootopia world. I really
Kingdom Hearts 4.
He's praying.
I really want.
We've already gotten Kingdom Hearts 4.
Well, yeah, we have.
We're just waiting for 3.
Yeah.
Just don't get too ahead of yourself.
I really want a Zootopia world, and if. I mean, they said there's some worlds I haven't touched yet, so maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they said
if they started at the end of the game and they're working backwards, they just got to get
not
back
necessarily
to the
working
past.
backwards.
Yeah, they are working backwards, but basically, what I was thinking is what I really hope is because previously Kingdom Hearts games have been like basically you go through like 3 or 4 worlds, get a little bit of story, go through 3 or 4 more worlds, get a little more story, go a few more, and then it's like. The very end is basically like, yep, here's everything.
Well, it depends on the game. Which some of the games, like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, are very much like story.
Well, yeah. But
Union Cross is a lot like that, actually.
Union Cross is holy shit. There's so much fucking filler. It drives me goddamn insane. Anyway, okay,
save Abu!
What I'm really hoping for...
I was so fucking mad when Union Cross came out and the Japanese people got to find out Blair, the 6'4" teller, blah, blah, blah. We got to find Abu. I was like, God fucking damn it. Anyway, continue.
What I'm really hoping for is that instead of being like really backloaded or really front loaded on the other hand, it's like really nice consistently through the whole game. So like you're switching really nice and seamlessly from like, yes, I can go fucking murder people or Heartless, and then you're like, there's the reason for this, and then you go murder more Heartless, and then here's this thing, instead of being kind of like a story, and then it's just like, darkness, you know.
That's my biggest complaint with Dream Drop Distance is that it's that exact formula of three worlds, a little bit of story in each. 3 worlds, a little bit of story.
Yeah, because by the end of each world in Dream Drop Distance, you kind of get like this taste.
Yeah, they put at least a little bit in each world, but it's not that much.
It's like young Xehanort shows up. He's like, "I'm here," and then leaves, and then
young Xehanort's like,
"My job here is done."
Yeah,
but you didn't do anything.
Yeah. But like, so I think if it, especially because like, you know, it would help to, you know, keeping the hooks in you. Even though, I mean, I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts 3 all the way through, regardless of if they give me no story till the end. But
I'm really hoping, because we haven't seen jumping pegs in a while.
Oh yeah,
I'm really hoping for jumping pegs.
Yeah, I'd go fucking kill yourself.
Well, because what happened is in the first game it worked, and then the next time I saw a ladder, it didn't actually work because you would jump. And then it would put you one peg under.
Chain of Memories.
Yeah, it would put you a peg under.
In any other games. There haven't been any ladders since.
Yeah, I think there was a ladder on the pirate ship.
And 2?
So I remember there being it was one of the levels that didn't make it. That there was like a pirate ship that had a ladder on it. Like
in KH1
maybe
with the fucking treasure planet.
Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't that make it in?
I know. I'm hoping in Kingdom Hearts
Treasure Planet, please!
I'm hoping.
It's
a really good movie.
It's really good.
Treasure Planet and Atlantis.
Oh yeah,
those are those 2 movies that I've always seen on Netflix, and I'm like, I want to watch that, and then never done it.
Well, they're like, in my opinion, they're actually like one of the most visually stunning.
Oh my gosh, they're beautiful.
They're amazing.
They're high tier Disney movies.
Atlantis is like probably one of my favorite fantasy things, where it's like super high technology fantasy, where it's like, where it's like, it's just like, oh yeah, our stone is fucking technologically advanced, and Treasure Planet is just fucking dope because it's Space Jack Sparrow pretty much around this shit. Yeah,
the Treasure Planet and Atlantis, those are the 2 I need to get on.
They're really good.
Amazing. They're still on Netflix.
Well, yeah, Atlantis is a really cool like mix of like old school like fantasy lore.
And just imagine what the Keyblade would look like if you got it.
It's like, because the Tron Keyblades are by far my favorite. You
They're
can
really cool.
See on the picture that we have. It's a really cool mixture of like old school fantasy lore and like the kind of mysterious high technology, which I just fucking love. Is
the ancient technology of a lost civilization.
Basically the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that kind of stuff
is like I'm way more a science fiction, science fantasy guy than a fiction fantasy. But like that is like such a amazing correlation.
So it's so cool when you take basically these 2 things that are opposites, sci-fi and fantasy, and then you just mash them together.
Science fantasy is like one of my favorite.
Honestly, that's kind of what Kingdom Hearts is. Yeah. Taking Disney, taking Final Fantasy, mashing them together.
Science.
And that's I mean, I think.
It's no, again, I've said this so many times. It's Nomura's Disney fanfic with his OCs.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Yeah.
You got Cloud Stripe. You got freaking Squall.
Then you got.
I still need to see Renoa. We saw Tifa. Varith.
The 10-2 fairy.
Sid. The 10 ladies. In the form of pixies.
No, I call them the 10-2 fairies because there's the chicks from 10-2. Well, Yuna and Riku were in 10-2.
Yuna, Riku, and
Pain. But she was. She wasn't in 10, was she? I don't think so.
That's a good question.
Maybe she was. Maybe she wasn't. Yeah, I played enough at 10 to see the lady with the belts who carried the Moogle. Yeah, and then I saw the main character.
Somehow Waka managed to snag her.
I played about half. I played about half. Well, I played. I think maybe like a quarter of it on the PS2. Then the remaster came out, and I played about half of it on the PS3. And then I got on the PC, and I'm playing. I think I'm like 10 hours in on the PC right now.
I really like 10. It's just
it's fun.
I think what happened was winter break ended, and so then I couldn't keep playing it but I really want to get back to it because it was a fun game.
Yeah, it's. I think it's one of the more fun. I like the.
It's a good introduction to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I would say that because one of the things I really like about it is the way that you like when you switch party members and everything. I think that's a really interesting. Way to go about it, rather because I mean, I think every Final Fantasy has its own little thing that's specific to each Final Fantasy, and I like how you can in battle switch out a party member. All right, you're good at this, you bring this in, you do this.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's really
cool.
Good. And And one other thing I think is really cool, which I mean, obviously every character is built to like, all right, this character is supposed to be like this personality wise, and it's kind of set up on the upgrade board like that, whatever the fuck that thing is called. But you can make it be whatever the fuck you want. Like, you could make Lulu be like a super, like, the buff one who is supposed to be the mage. It's like, but it's obviously, you're supposed to, like, do it like this, both story-wise and, like,
gameplay.
Yeah, but if you wanted to, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can make this character, make, like, Tidus be the mage. You can make it's pretty fucking cool.
Is there
Tidus catch fire?
Yeah.
I think it's Path of Exile, where every single class has the same upgrade board. But it's just the only difference is you just start in a different place. But you can be like, okay, I'm an archer,
that's
and then you go boop, 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 boop. All right, my arrows now do 1,000,000 damage because I punch people.
That's what Final Fantasy X does. It's all the same thing, but they all start like over here. And then every now and then you see like, oh shit, Lulu's right there, as like Tidus is right here.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But no, I really like 10. I've been slowly playing through it over time again on the PC. Yeah. But like I said, I don't play video games much anymore. It's really depressing. I don't
have time. Well, that's why I love the Switch so much, right? So I don't have time to like sit down and like play a game. Like, I want to play Persona 5 really bad. That just came out in America. Again, yeah, 6-month delay.
It's driving me up the wall because I don't know what it means.
But I don't I can't sit down and play a 100-hour RPG, at my desk.
Yeah,
Mass Effect.
Dude, Mass Effect Andromeda was
the bad.
Apparently, they're making an effort to.
I saw that they had a patch where like some of the facial animations and the mostly the
eye focus thing.
The eye focus and the actual makeup that they use on the characters was a lot more.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
flush, like it wasn't as flush and like clowny.
Yeah,
which like makes it a little better, but like they still dropped the ball so hard.
Yeah, and the thing is too is like it came out right alongside a bunch of other great games. Zelda,
Zero
Horizon. There's other games.
Horizon
I'm just forgetting the entire Switch launch basically. Yeah. So like
basically every single open world game came out in March.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus
Final
Mass
Fantasy
Effect
15 to some extent, even though it was a couple months before. Yeah. So like Horizon just kind of like because
I like to call this the open world era of video games, where you have a main character who wakes up
and does everything.
Yeah,
and has no memories sometimes.
Yeah,
Noctis.
Yeah. It's not.
And then they're sent out into the world, and that's it. I just wonder when people are going to get sick of open world games, because eventually it's going to happen. I feel like we can't. We have so many open world games. Eventually, people are going to be like, no.
Well, the thing is, I've actually been trying to find more roguelike games recently, because the thing with an open world, like, I love Skyrim. I think I've spent close to 400 hours in Skyrim. I've done everything in that game. I have become God. I have beaten a dragon with nothing but my fists. I have done everything in that game. And now what? Like, that's the thing. Whereas with roguelikes, very replayability, like Risk of Rain, I've been playing a shit ton of again. Because you literally just start and it's completely, other than the levels, it's completely random.
That was what I played Rogue Legacy. And that was the same thing. Every time you die, you just start a new character. It's literally, you die and then your son takes over. Yeah. And it's a long lineage.
I want to start playing Enter the Gungeon. Because that game is just ridiculous and it's a roguelike, so I fucking love it. But I've been trying to do that. Or also, WoW, because that shit just goes on forever. Like, I could probably spend two hours in that game and not do everything.
I need to play more. I've been not looking for more story-based games, but eventually I want to play the rest of the Uncharted series. Kingdom Hearts, maybe eventually. Well, eventually we're hopefully gonna replay all of them.
Yeah, hopefully. Because I get out of school in May. I think late May.
We get out the first week of June, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't we just after the week after we get back to Disneyland start it?
That works. Yeah.
But not. Anyway, trying to get back to Kingdom Hearts.
Well, actually, I got this. Is my big thing with story related games is Kingdom Hearts, amazing game. Just it was my same problem with the Tomb Raider series. Is I played that game and loved that game my whole way through. I played Kingdom Hearts and I loved my way the whole way through it. It's just as soon as you hit that final scene, it's for me, you're just kind of all right, cool. There you go. Yeah. And you put in your collection and it almost
Sweet, I got to the credits.
Yeah. It swings and flies away.
Yeah, I'd like to, I'd like to replay them all in a perfect world. And I even not even a perfect world. I would replay them all again.
We just need the Men in Black thing where they just
then I have to replay them all.
Yeah. Now, the thing for me is just like I kind of look at games the same way I do movies, you know, where it's like if I like it, then I'll watch it again, you know. Whereas I think that because I mean I personally am just not really into open world games. Like I mean I liked Skyrim. I think that's it actually. Skyrim's the only Elder Scrolls I played. I honestly didn't really like Fallout. I see why. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I see why people liked it. It's just personally not my game. And it's like I like games like Kingdom Hearts, Uncharted, Alan Wake, the games that are super. Thinking about it, I kind of like linear games, which is kind of weird. I think if they're not like, I mean, you know, like Alan Wake, which is kind of funny with talking about Alan Wake. Alan Wake was originally meant to be an open world game, but they realized with the way the story was, they couldn't do it. So it ended up being a really fucking linear game, and I think it's perfect like that. Whereas some games, I do enjoy the kind of open world games like Final Fantasy 15. I think did a really, really good job, and I fucking loved that game, you know? And I think that same thing, you know, it's like where if you finish a game, you put it up on the shelf, it's like, all right, I'm done with it. Where it's kind of the same thing with me for like a movie. All right, I loved it, put it on the shelf. Then maybe like a year or so later, it's like, hey, I really like that movie. I'm gonna watch it again. Same thing with like.
The problem for me though is like, because I'd love to do that, right? But like a movie is an hour and a half, a game is 50 hours.
Well, yeah.
So like, I mean,
you can't really compare the two like on a raw basis.
Well, yeah.
No, but I see exactly what you mean. Like if you like a movie, you'll watch it. You know, like this was a while ago, but I rewatched the entire Marvel universe things because I didn't watch all of them, but I think
I watched all the Iron Mans way too many times.
I had never seen Iron Man 2, and like. You know,
Iron Man 2 was like, but it's still like
I had to watch it. You know,
it's the like the midpoint of the Iron Man movies. Like the first one was the high point. Like that was it.
I think it has a lot of good comic comedy in it, but it's kind of like.
Yeah, and
I think the third one did way better with comedy.
The third one. Okay, here's my thing. I watched the third one when I think I watched it in theaters, and I was like, "That's really good." And then I rewatched it. I'm like, "That wasn't." You know, it was good, but it wasn't. Like,
it was The Incredibles.
I think I thought Iron Man 3 was better than it actually was.
You know, yeah, I think Iron Man 3 kind of was like it was super spectacular in its showing, and then when you kind of get like, all right, fake, and everything's blown up. Like,
yeah, all the suits.
That's basically. I think that was like one of the coolest things. Like, just as a character perspective from Tony Stark.
When he like blew up.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm done with this shit. Fuck it all.
Which was cool. And then the next time there's a Marvel movie, he's back to being Iron Man, and it's like, all right, that was cool. Like ending
but
thing.
that was pointless.
Yeah, because you're just back to being Iron Man. Like,
we need to get back to Kingdom Hearts, please.
Marvel,
Iron Man, and Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Click the link up here to go to.
Where would the I button would be like right here?
Yeah, that's right. The I button's up there. Link to IGN. And, keep it
7.8 out of 10. Too much water.
One thing that I think Dean or Soralum 1 made a video talking about the blank point scene, and which is the secret ending to Birth by Sleep, Aqua and Ansem, you know, and this he talked a bit about how at the end how 0.2 kind of fucked with that and kind of ruined some of it, and this one guy commented, I should have wrote down his name but I didn't. This one guy commented, which basically can make it almost like be like, here, no, it's not completely ruined. With in Chain of Memories, Naminé fucks with Sora's memories, and because 0.2 takes place right at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. After that, in Chain of Memories, Naminé fucks with Sora's memories, and everyone in doing that, everyone else forgets about Sora, right? And so then. So, you know, obviously with, you know, like Kairi and everything, like she forgot him, but then she immediately was like, oh yeah, Sora, my boyfriend, you know? Aqua is trapped in fucking hell. She's not thinking about Sora, you know? She doesn't have anything to remind her of Sora after she lost her memory of him.
It's like, so it wasn't Venetero, it was these two kids that I'd probably talked to at some point. And
then after she's talking to Ansem, and she goes, oh, is it Terravent? And he goes, no, it's Sora. And then she remembers, oh shit, it's Sora! That guy that I helped, you know, close the door to fucking Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, I didn't see him. I saw the other kid.
Yeah, back in Kingdom Hearts 1 when I was closing the door. That kid. Okay, and that's why it's
good save.
It can So that
so basically like because she was in hell. Like basically the memories.
She didn't have anything to remember her to help remember.
The memories, you know, they took longer. There was bad cell reception.
You just say like there wasn't anything to remind her. Like all she's just spending because it's about a year or two. I guess by the end of K, she was probably been about 2 years to because Kingdom Hearts 2. Because I know the only one I know specifically is Chain of Memories is canonically a month long because in days during Chain of Memories, by the time Axel leaves and Axel comes back, it's been about a month. Okay. And if Chain of Memories is about a month, Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably like 7, 8, 9 months. I would say probably maybe up to a year. You know, and so it's been up to like 2 years. I would say, you know, because including the year where Sora's fucking asleep in the thing.
Dead.
Yeah. And then the other, however long Kingdom Hearts 2 took, it's about 2 years. She's spending 2 years just constantly fighting Heartless. You know, completely by herself. She ain't thinking about Sora. She's thinking about how am I gonna, you know, at what point am I gonna be able to take a nap so the Heartless don't kill me? You know,
she just take a 5. All she wants to do is take a 5.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like the Doctor Who episode where he has to like run across the fucking thing for the thing that just always was walking slowly towards him. In the castle.
Yeah.
All right, I got a half hour.
That is also my favorite episode in all of Doctor Who. I'm assuming you haven't watched season 10 yet, have you?
I have it like queued up right in my tabs as soon as I get home.
Yeah, I watched it in because the day after we missed the date, it was playing again in theaters, so I just went by myself and watched the premiere in theaters. And I've watched it's really good so far. I like Bill a lot more than I thought I would, which is nice. Yeah, because I realized we shouldn't go off on a tangent about
Doctor Who and Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Click up here to find out.
But I like because you know there's a big thing how everyone was like, oh, Bill's gay, and they're gonna do a whole like you know thing that they always do with Doctor Who. Because I think with Jenny and Vastra, everyone was kind of because they overplayed that, but they kind of overplayed that on purpose because Vastra's a fucking lizard, so they're like, I'm in Victorian England and I'm a gay interspecies couple. They kind of like super overplayed that on purpose. Whereas with Bill, they're just kind of like, I'm gay. Okay, like that. That's kind of like that's pretty much It's like, and then like that was it.
I'm gay.
And I think they did it really nice, so it's not like super like I'm a gay black companion. It's just like I'm a gay black companion. Okay.
See, I think that's how like just in media in general. That's like how they should view like anything that's like considered like I guess like minority or anything or anything that's like a touchy subject. Yeah. Just it's if it's just normal like okay
treat them like they're straight, except they're
not
gay.
Yeah,
I mean, except for the fact that they're gay, just like treat them like a normal person.
Like, they shouldn't just go out. It's like don't go out of your because if you go out of your way to be like show that they're gay or like
that's still like basically doing the same thing as the bad one is a detour this way, and the good one is still a detour this way, but it's still a detour.
Yeah. Like the good example. Spoiler alert for The Last of Us. I don't even know if you played this, but sorry.
Is it in the DLC?
In the DLC.
Oh, okay, well.
Ellie's a lesbian, right?
Oh, okay.
And so but they don't.
That's good for her.
It's like it's kind of a spoiler.
Like the two trailers
it's kind of a spoiler if you didn't want to know that. Like whatever. If you're now you're really sad because Ellie's a lesbian. You're not gonna play.
Oh no!
No! My waifu! I can't play. No, it's like, but they did that
Overwatch.
But like they don't go out of their way to be like show Ellie's a lesbian. Like they're just like hey. There's this little.
Oh, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, and they did it with a character you already grown to love after 10 hours. I think that's a prime example.
Ellie. Ellie's gay.
Yeah, that's I think because I was worried that they were gonna because Doctor Who does do that sometimes, but I think thinking about it, they do it kind of on purpose, like the Master and everything, going from a guy to a chick. It's like that. That's absolutely Master would purposely be like, oh, a doctor, because the Master's fucking insane. Jenny and Vastra, they did that on purpose because they're in Victorian England and being gay is already frowned upon, but then she's a lizard. And so it's like, how fucked up can you get? So they kind of on purposely were like, we're gay, we're a lizard. It's like
if you're gay and you're dating a lizard, I
don't know how it's not straight up lizard, it's a lizard lady. She's like, she's a lady, but she looks like a lizard.
It's basically an Argonian from Skyrim.
Oh, because I was going to say, if you're gay and dating a lizard, you have a right to be like, I'm a gay. You kind of at that point, it's like, all right, you can tell the world you're dating a gay lizard or you're gay dating a lizard.
Yeah,
fuck lizard people, and they lived underground under us in the mantle of.
Yeah, they were originally here before the humans.
I think because I watched the season of Doctor Who. I think that was the first season. I think that wasn't there. There's some lizard people in the first season.
No, well, the one that there may be, but the ones that we're talking about, they came in season 5 with the 11th Doctor.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I like the fucking in the Christmas special with the robot, and they just took people's heads.
Oh yeah, with the 12's first episode.
Yeah.
But now, I go back to Kingdom. As much as I want to keep talking about Doctor Who, trust me, with the new season, I really want to keep talking about Doctor Who. Jelly Baby podcast, man.
Yeah.
But nah, Kingdom Hearts. One thing we were kind of talking about how Birth by Sleep being relevant and everything. Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people have been talking about. Well, not like recently, but just in general, Days is a big thing because everyone fucking hates Days, and I mean, I think
Days. What's that?
No, because I mean, I understand. But a lot of people are like, oh, you don't need to play it. Like, there are some people out there like you don't even need to watch the movie or anything. It's like don't worry about it. And it's like, I understand Days isn't the best game. It's like personally, I think Recoded is way worse.
Are we talking about Days or Code? Okay, we're talking about Days.
Both, I guess.
Both.
No, I think personally, I think Recoded is like way worse.
Drop shout and shit right on Days.
But no, because I mean, people fucking hate Days like all the time. And I mean, I personally liked it. Like, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best game, but it's not.
Kill the Heartless. Do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kill more Heartless.
As someone who played half
fight a dark side.
Yeah.
Fight another dark side.
Yeah.
Fight a third dark side.
Oh, another dark side?
Yeah.
What a surprise! I didn't see that coming.
Like I said, as someone who played half a Days and then gave up because I thought it was boring or like hit a boring point, the story in it is really, really good.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think I just spit a little bit. I think they need to okay, I don't want them to remaster Days now. I think we always say this.
It'll be after KH3. I would love for them to make like a...
Because
Because
the worst part of Days is everything but the story of Days.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the DS was the bad graphics, I wasn't really for a split second. I was like, "Do you have a Days shirt on?" But I don't know why I thought that. But
so Silicon Valley Comic Con, you guys should go. That's pretty good.
If you want to meet,
the link up there for Silicon Valley.
Just the I button. It's always the I button. Go on.
But I think so. I don't know where I was going with this, but just to anyone out there in our sea salt community who's shitting on Days, just
2 people.
Yeah,
maybe
4
Bill from
people
Minnesota who have commented now.
Something like that. I don't know.
Bill from Minnesota really doesn't like Days, so we need to tell him.
The thing is, personally, I think Days is an okay game. Like, just putting it on the spectrum, it's close to the bottom of my list. Which actually, I went back and I listened to the first 2 episodes of our podcast, which I will say we've gotten a lot better at podcasting.
You really have.
Yeah, but and my list is definitely, especially playing 1.5 2.5 again, my list has changed a lot. And once I completely finish it, I want to revisit that just for all of us. Because, I mean, for you, I realize you guys haven't completely
we should try to do it, maybe after we finish playing all of them.
Yeah, maybe. Even so, just, like, a year has gone by. Like, your guys' opinion has changed.
I will say, one thing I did like about Days was its episodic approach to it.
Yeah.
Because I could be like, all right, cool. And go do something else, and then bring it back up. And like, you are here, and I'm like, cool, and then I keep going.
I guess it felt a little more accomplishing. You're like, all right, I got 5 days done.
Dark side of the week.
Dark side.
Kingdom Hearts Dark Side of the Week edition.
With Days, especially comparing Days and Recoded, people say that the gameplay in Recoded, because everyone agrees that the story in Recoded sucks, but a lot of people say that the gameplay in Recoded is better than Days. The reason I hate the gameplay in Recoded 2 is because there's so much platforming, and Kingdom Hearts is known to have terrible platforming, and it's not any better on the DS than the fucking PS2. So
yeah, especially when you have no circle pad.
Dude, flow motion. Once you learn flow motion, that fixed a lot of stuff. But even then, it was
even on the DS, it's fucking 4 directions. There ain't it's the original DS, not 3DS. So no circle pad. And
I used to prefer that over the circle pad.
Why are there 8 pedals when there are only 4 directions?
When I first got my PSP, you know how the PSP had the big D-pad and a little numpad? Mm-hmm. I would always just go right to the D-pad.
Yeah?
I was a lost child.
No, because I think... that's just me personally.
Obviously,
everyone's entitled to their own opinion,
No, your opinion is wrong!
But no,
free speech.
I think
I need to get the grass.
And I think they did a pretty shitty job doing the movie in 1.5 for Days. I think that the Recoded movie was pretty good, but for Days, I think they could have done a lot better.
That was fun.
Instead of just a wall of text every other day.
Seriously. And with...
I don't remember that movie because half the time I was arguing with you.
No, that was Recoded. Did you even watch the Days movie?
I didn't watch the Days movie, no.
Okay, yeah.
So Days one would be like an HD remastered cutscene of one of the voice actor parts of Days, and it would be super cool, and then there's, right after it ends, it's just a wall of text. So Roxas killed a bunch of Heartless today.
Have you ever heard the story of Breath Alex the One?
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Except it's just every other cutscene.
Yeah.
But I just think that with Days, I mean, for one thing, like, it's important. Like, you have to at least know the story of Days. Like, there are people out there that are like, you don't even need to watch the movie or play the game or anything. It's like, you need to at least understand the story. Personally, I think the optimal version of Days, which I had you do, is the manga.
Yeah.
I think
with the censors.
Yeah, well, no, because the thing is, all right. Well, also that's another kind of discussion is having Days before 2 or after 2, which I want to finish the Days being terrible first. But but the thing, because I think that the manga, because some of the Kingdom Hearts manga is meh, and some of it's really, really good. Days is really, really, really fucking good.
Yeah.
And I think that so you played the game and read the manga,
I did
right?
both.
Yeah,
I played the game fully, and they're like, "Hey, this is manga," and I'm like, "Cool," and I read through the whole thing.
And you started playing Days like
I got to day 130.
Well, I think 40. So. Well, no, because I remember at least in the U.S. all of the volumes weren't out yet. I think there was like 4 or 5 wasn't out yet when you started playing.
Yeah.
And then I finished 5, and I was like, dude, just fucking read the manga. Like, because I remember you were saying like you were kind of bored with it, and I was like, that's understandable.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and I said like, you don't want to watch the movie sucks. But then I was like, the manga's out, like just fucking read the manga.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, sure, why not? And I mean, soon you agreed that it was fucking awesome.
Oh, the manga was great. It was 10 out of 10.
It's
somehow the most like intense and cute thing I've ever
Shion's
seen.
adorable. Also,
I think you
Best
said this
character.
that the author clearly like shipped
Roxas
and Shion like
absolutely.
so hard.
Yeah, and I'm all for that. Man. I absolutely all for Rokushi. It's called. I'm all for Rokushi.
Let's go.
But no,
When the manga hits just right.
Yeah, because I think that, like, for example, if you were to take like One or Chain of Memories and say don't play, I don't know why you wouldn't, because those are both really fucking fun. But like, if you were to take like say, all right, don't play Chain of Memories, just read the manga. The manga for Chain of Memories leaves out so fucking much.
Didn't you just watch the cutscenes for Chain of Memories, or just watch the game?
Yeah,
Well,
that's
awesome.
if you just watch the cutscenes, I think like that's fine.
I'm not a huge deck guy.
Yeah, the deck took a couple hours.
It's time to
I read the picture you sent a while ago where it was like the 3 thuds where you teleport behind someone.
Oh yeah.
Nothing personal, kid.
Yeah, I think that with the Chain of Memories, because I mean, if you can't say like, you know, the manga is in its own separate, almost like universe than the game, you know. So it's like technically in
the universe.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, like technically in the KH1 in the manga universe, Riku killed Maleficent and not Sora, you know. Whereas, you know, but like there's little things like that. In the Days, there's, you know, little things. It's like, even like in fucking in the Chain of Memories manga, they completely left out Replicu's death. Like that just wasn't even in there. Well, Replica was in it, but like his death wasn't in it at all.
His death was so, like, I felt bad. Like, I remember we were Skyping when that happened, and I was like, I'm actually sad for him.
Yeah,
Dude, Replica was
he's
like,
one of my favorite characters in the whole series.
Yeah, it's like, because you're like, it's Riku, but it's not Riku. I want him to be Riku.
I love him because he starts off like, because he was created to be like this cocky piece of shit, like, I'm better than you, motherfucker. And then they fucked with his memory. And then they fucked with his memory, so he was like, I'm gonna take care of Namine, you know.
Yeah.
So but then when he learned that he was a fake, and he was like, oh shit, like that,
I'm
like
knock off Riku.
Yeah, and he was like, then he was like, oh, like Sora's been trying to help me, and I've been being an asshole, but like neither of, and then he's kind of like, oh shit, and he realized he fucked up. And then
it was that moment he knew. He fucked up.
And then he goes and like tries to fucking, and then he helps Sora, which is fucking awesome. Like, dude, when he shows up in fucking Chain of Memories, like out of nowhere, when Sora Donald Goop fighting Marluxia, I just recently played Reach It. I just got this a couple days ago, and I was like, yeah, I knew it was happening, but I was like, yeah, boy. And when fucking they're facing off to Marluxia, and he says something like, "You'll fade to the darkness," you know, like Vexen's, you know, stupid Riku, and he's like, "Oh, really?" Or something like that. He just pops out of nowhere, and I'm just like, yeah, boy. And then fucking and then after he, you know, when Sora tries to give him his, you know, Sora speech where he's like, "You're you, nobody else," and Riku's like, "All right, fam, you know, like, you're a good guy, but, you know, I gotta do my own thing." And then he goes and because he's sitting there like, I am literally just a knockoff Riku, I hate this so goddamn much, so he goes and tries to kill the real Riku, because it's like, as long as you're around, I will only be a fake you and everything. And then he defeats him, and and it's so, his death is one of, it honestly probably is my favorite death in the series. I love Shion's, like her, like the scene wise. I love Shion's, but I honestly think, well, he just goes, ah!
He goes, ah, with fucking pedals everywhere. so over the top.
His bloodstream is actually just rose petals.
It's like anytime you kill someone, Ruby give a clip.
Yeah. But because I think that with I love with Repliku how he's laying there and he like realizes. I think he understands like I shouldn't have been. He never like outright says it, but he like was like yeah. And when he died, and also one of my favorite distinctions between the original Chain of Memories and because the original and Rechain Memories are pretty like spot on close together. But one of the things they changed, which I love, I can't decide which one I love more. In Rechain of Memories, because he goes like what happens when a fake dies, where will my heart go? And Riku goes maybe to the same place as mine, and then he goes a faithful replica to the very end. And then in Rechain of Memories he goes that's okay, and it's like he accepted like all right, I'm just a fake you, that's fine. And in the original he just goes a faithful replica to the very end. Oh well. And then he just dies. So it's like I can't decide which is like more like depressing and amazing because it's like him like accepting like that's okay, I'm you, or it's just like oh well. It's like it's so like either way it's so. I love Repliku so for
Guess
being
I'll die.
for being die or die, dude. Die or die. Guess I'll die. But I think that for being a character that's literally in one game, I just think he's so good and if you think about it, like Riku in KH1 is a fucking asshole, and by the end of the game, it's like he's like, oh, like, with the whole like take care of her and everything. It's like you kind of get
sexually.
Yeah, but I think that I like.
What if his last voice is
you will never get these suck. But no, with actual Riku, like you by the end of KH1, you actually kind of like sympathize with him, like okay, like you realize he fucked up, but you don't really get a taste of that until like Chain of Memories and Days and 2, where it's like he really like okay, he knows he fucked up.
Going
He's
through
really
his
trying.
emo teenage phase.
Yeah, but then
he's 16. So
with Repliku,
above average.
with Repliku, for having one game where he's not even close to the main character, nor is he close to like the main bad guy. He's just kind of a character that shows up every now and then. For being one of my, I just think they did such a good job with his character, and I would love for him to be one of the 13 Seekers of Darkness. And I've said this before. I want them like that when they pull him out of his timeline, his memory is still all fucked up. So he just faced off with Sora. He's like, I'm gonna be the one to protect Naminé. And Sora's like, are you fucking kidding me?
He just basically just has like a list, like, all right, okay, yep, and this happened.
Yeah.
He just kind of looks at real Riku like.
But one thing I was trying to say before, going back to Days, because what I was saying before when we got tracked into this is how like in the manga for Chain of Memories they didn't even mention his death and everything. Yeah. With Days, they hit every single main point that you need to know. Like for the biggest things that they change are the missions in the Disney worlds. Yeah. Which that I think that's like that you don't need to fucking know about that. It's fine. I think they maybe had there are I think like 2 or 3 missions where you actually like see there's one like Wonderland and one Neverland and one Olympus Coliseum, which they're way fucking funnier than they are in the game, and you will fucking the one in Neverland is with Axel, which is fucking awesome and emotional. And then there's the one in Olympus Coliseum with Demix, where Demix tries to like fuck off, and then he takes like the steroid like elixir, and he's like, oh. And there's the one with Luxord, where he fucking like gets huge, Heidi ho, and it's amazing. And I think, but every like actual plot point is done so well, and it's not like fucking 1.5 movie where they like cut out Saix's like battle, like Roxas' epic battle with Saix and everything. Like that was completely cut out of the movie. Whereas in the manga, they have it. It's there and it's fucking awesome and it's so cool. And I just think that like if you're like playing Kingdom Hearts for the first time or like you're replaying it or something, if you don't want to play the game again, and for obvious reasons you don't want to watch the movie again, read the manga's fucking awesome. I think that is the optimal version of Days. Because
when we replay all the games we should have for our Days.
Oh, well, we're gonna watch the movie for that because
we'll read the manga too. The camera on the floor of us sitting here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Heidi ho.
But well, I mean, obviously, when we do our playthrough, we're gonna be
we'll read the
watching
Cage 2 manga and just like watch Kyrie wriggle through the freaking cages.
Dude, holy fucking shit! This is like one of the funniest goddamn things because they.
In other words, she thick.
Yeah. Because the thing is, they kind of do a play because you know how in the game. When Kyrie's in the jail, she like the bars are like here, and she's like this fucking thing, so she can easily like fit through. In the manga, they actually talk about that, and she like fits through, but then she gets her ass stuck, and then she kind of wiggles through. Then the Dusks, she's speaking in like wiggle, and the Dusks understand her, and she accidentally says something, and they help her out. Then she goes, "Thank you." Then she actually says something offensive, and they all chase after her. Like, the 2 manga is great too. I would say, I mean, obviously you're gonna want to play 2, but I mean, like, if you want to read 2 as well, along with the game. It's amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend.
So
the last one's coming out in like a month.
I love all the gifs of the when they fucking data mined the animations of all the fucking dust.
It's just like when you step on a wet sock. It's
oh my god.
Yeah,
the fucking dusks are.
I love the dust, but because I think that we're almost at time. We sat here talking for like 8 minutes before it fucking starts, so we still have like 5 more minutes we can keep talking. But I think that the optimal version of Days is the manga. It's not the same case for all the games because there's manga for One Chain of Memories, Days, and 2, and 2 is almost complete in the U.S.
Are they gonna do all the games?
2 is the last one.
Oh, okay.
Which I understand that both because like there's so many fucking games and it's like you can that's like a concise like thing because they well I guess the only thing they really left out in Days that wasn't in that they left out in the manga that wasn't in the game was that part when Zigbar, because everyone sees Shion differently. Zigbar sees Shion as Ven, and that's kind of like a foreshadowing thing. But it's like that's fine if you don't see that. It's one of the things where it doesn't really come back and hit you till like way later, And
I think Drake really doesn't like Ven. He's like, oh my fucking god, he's back.
Yeah, but he's back. That's like the only main thing. And other than that, like every single like big plot point, like when it comes down to like fucking Shion losing her Keyblade, like every like other like little thing that happens in the manga. And I think that if you're playing the game for the first time and it's like you don't want to play Days, go ahead, read the manga.
That's why I'm not doing them all though, because I'd love to read the Birth by Sleep manga. Like that'd be cool.
They're for the actual like novelizations. They're doing all of them.
Oh really?
Yeah, because they 1 and 2, one and Chain of Memories came out like forever ago, and then they never announced any other ones. And they recently announced that they're localizing at least up to Birth by Sleep. Okay. So they haven't announced Recode and Dream Drop, but we're still very far away from that.
Yeah.
So 2 is coming out in I think like June or something. So I'm excited for that because those are also fucking spot on. I wouldn't be surprised if the novelization for Days was the same thing. Like you could just read that instead of the game.
I think I have the novelization for 1. I never actually. It's just because I don't like to read.
Oh, yeah.
So like I should read that all one day.
I'm the opposite. I fucking love reading. I can sit there and read like a whole fucking book in a day. Yeah. So I love them. But not and I think another thing we can kind of to end off our thing is I was thinking a bit about this with playing because Days came out after 2, but it takes place like right before 2, or it takes place in between the gap, mostly between Chain of Memories and 2, and there's people don't really talk much about it because like I said, people hate Days, so people don't talk about it. They don't give a shit. I personally, 99% of the time when it comes down to stuff like this, I am always for like play it in the order they came out. For Days, I am a firm believer in playing it before 2 for a handful of reasons. For one, I mean, I know you two. I forced you two to play it before 2. Did you play it before or after 2?
Well, I knew about it before. I knew what happened in 2.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, pretty much.
Okay, yeah, because I played them obviously in the order they came out, so I played it after. But every time I've never actually replayed them. I don't think I've ever replayed through like all the games in order again, like this closely as I am right now. So when I was thinking about it, I was like, because I'm not gonna play the game again on the DS, or at least not until after I finish all of 1.5, 2.5. So I'm just gonna watch the movie. And I was thinking like, do I want to do it before or after 2? And I was thinking about it, and because for the reasons being, the biggest one is so you care about Roxas and Axel. That's like the biggest one because Roxas is a character that you're introduced because
garbage character.
Yeah, but no, I think that with
the IGN up there
with Roxas, it kind of changes Roxas' story in the beginning of KH2 because Roxas being in the organization is a plot twist in Kingdom Hearts 2, if you haven't played Days. That's kind of like a big, like, oh shit, Roxas was actually in the organization. He was friends with Axel kind of thing, you know? Whereas but the same thing, it's like you're introduced to him, and it's like he dies 3 hours into the game, and it's like, okay, he was a cool character. It's like, I don't care that much though, you know? And the same thing with Axel, who was a fucking cunt in Chain of Memories to Sora, and it's like, you sort of start to care about him, but not enough to care all that much when he dies. Whereas with Days, you find out that he's actually like the chillest motherfucker ever, and him and Roxas were fucking like this, you know? And you care way
real
more.
Bromance.
Yeah, and you care way more about both Roxas and Axel in KH2, their deaths, and just them in general, like what Axel's doing. You care way more if you actually saw it firsthand what was going on, rather than just hearing them kind of talk about it.
I killed Axel, and I was smiling.
Yeah, but and I think that like I said, it takes away from the Roxas being an organization plot twist, but it makes it different, and I think that there's enough to like and not necessarily justify, but like it changed it in a way that I wouldn't say is better, but equally as good.
I think it makes, because I did what you recommended to me, which is play Days first, and I think it makes you understand the organization scenes so much better.
Oh yeah.
And then, like you said, it makes you care more about not just really about Axel and Roxas, but also about every other organization character, because you've seen them before. Yeah, you've seen them before. You kind of know their background a little bit, and so it just and again it helps, like, because there's a lot of things in 2 where it's like if you don't play Days, you kind of be like, what?
Yeah.
And I guess and wasn't it? I think I asked you this question once. It was like, if you go right from 1 to 2, you're basically playing the games as Sora. Like through
what you talking about Chain of Memories 2 or just 1 and 2?
If you go straight from 1 to 2, you're basically playing them as from what Sora knows.
I guess, yeah.
Because at that point he lost it all.
So, he remembers it at the end of 2, but for Chain of Memories, he remembers it like right at the end of 2.
Yeah.
When he's fighting Xemnas.
Play 2, then 1.
No, you play 1, then 2, you get up to the final boss, then you go back and play Chain of Memories because he remembers.
You play him like canonically.
Yeah.
It's called the Sora playthrough.
Yeah.
Sora play.
But also, was there anything else you were saying?
No.
Okay, yeah. Well, another reason is it adds to like the build-up of finally playing as Sora again, because there are 2 things kind of starting that. For one thing, like I said, because at the end of Chain of Memories, when Sora goes to sleep, then you play as Riku, and that's already like 8-ish hours of just playing as Riku, which is awesome, but it's not Sora. And then there's Days where you play as Roxas, or I guess if you don't play Days, you play as Roxas for 3 hours and you're back to Sora. Whereas Days, there's like a 20-hour game where you're just playing as this other character, and then then there's beginning of 2, and then it leads up to finally playing as Sora again, which it makes it so much greater than like a couple hours without Sora.
You still play as a kid with like the spine of an 80-year-old grandma.
Well, yeah, but so it's the build up of finally being back.
Riku, there's literally a stick on my ass.
But you're going back to the
that stick.
You're going back to the original, like finally going back to like the main character, because there's obviously like 50 other fucking games where you don't play as Sora, but up to that point, Sora has been the main character, and finally having it add up to build up to like you're back to Sora finally. It's a really nice.
Are there more games where you don't play as Sora than where you do? I feel like because
it might be about equal.
Like 8 hours of Chain Memories, Days, all of Birth by Sleep, half a Dream Drop Distance,
and it's technically recoded. You play as a Data Sora, kind of. It's like,
so we'll give half of it, half. So that's 4.5 games opposed to one
Chain of Memories.
Well, 1 Chain of Memories, two
and half of Dream Drop Distance, and half of recoded. So it's about equal.
Yeah. Granted, 1 and 2 are longer games than all those, but you really only play for Sora half the time.
Speaking of that, another actually right off that, the other half of that is it makes the wait for going back to Sora up to Dream Drop Distance way less brutal, because so say you just play 1 Chain of Memories 2, almost all Sora, right? And then you have Days, which is Roxas, Birth by Sleep, which is Venterra Aqua. You have Recoded, which is not Sora.
You're not playing.
Well, yeah, but still, then you have Recoded, which is half Sora, half not.
Fake Sora.
Yeah, and then you go back to Dream Drop Distance. Whereas,
Soriku.
Yeah, whereas if you go from if you go after playing Days then 2, then it's just Birth by Sleep and Recoded with fake Sora, and then you're on Dream Drop Distance, which is back to Sora. So it makes it way less brutal. Which, let me tell you, actually playing them like as they came out, because I've been playing Kingdom Hearts since 06. Having to wait each fucking year, finally getting back to Sora in 2012 after 06 was the last.
So
I guess 08. There was 06. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. Then 08. Chain of Memories came out, which I guess technically that was Sora again, but it was just a remake of Chain of Memories, which I had already played. You know, and so waiting all the way up to Dreamed Up Distance, which came out in 2012, was fucking brutal. And if there was a way that I could, make it a little bit less, I think it's nice. And I think that overall, they also, if you go to Birth by Sleep, there's no fucking way you'd want to play that first. Absolutely, like there's I can't even think of a reason to play it first, other than just for the hell of it, just playing it canonical,
I guess if you wanted to play them order, like say chronological order,
everything leading up to the final scene of Birth by Sleep with blank points with Aqua and Ansem. What that does is tie it together with everything that we've seen before, with him talking about Sora and everything. Whereas if you see that and you haven't played the other, because technically that takes place after KH2, and that, like I said, that brings it all together. Whereas if you haven't played any of the other games, you'd be like, I don't fucking know who any of this is. Same like you meet, Sora, Riku, and Kairi, they were kids, you freak out. Otherwise, it's like, all right, this is some little kid. All the organization members, you don't care. And it's like, there's no reason that you... And same thing like with finding out that Xehanort is actually Terra, possessed, being possessed by him. That's such a great plot twist, where it's otherwise... And same thing like Vanitas looking like Sora. There's so many great twists and surprises in that game that you appreciate because you played the other ones. In Days, there isn't anything at all. There's no thing that it's like, I played 2, so I understand this. The only thing that the only thing that a very little bit spoils in Days for 2 is when you find out that Riku was the Ansem, because in KH2 was revealed that Ansem's still alive, and you find out later it was actually Riku, but he had to look like Ansem. It's revealed that Riku, you already know that Ansem is Riku, but you don't know that actually is Riku inside. You just think that it's just bad Ansem. So finding out later in KH2 that, this actually is Riku, he just looks like Ansem, is still a big reveal. And like I said, everything, it's just, they do... there are so many things that just, it's so much better if you play Days first. And I care way too much about this.
We have how many episodes of the goddamn podcast?
I know.
Yes.
Right. Well, anyway, actually, this is the first time we've ever mentioned talking about Days first before Cage.
But I mean, you're obsessed with it.
Well, Cage. Well, yeah. But anyway, we've been going for a while, so I guess that's about it. So thank you all for joining us. Join us hopefully in about 2 weeks. We should be back on schedule now.
Hopefully.
And
and always remember, Roxas, that's a stick.
Garbage character.
Nobody cares about it.
I actually wanted to give a huge shout out to all of us, just because you mentioned in the podcast how much we've improved, and I think definitely going back, I think I can speak for myself, just me,
Zach.
but yeah, I'm Zach. I just think I think like I said, me going from someone who I don't want to say I didn't care about this podcast, but clearly was just here to make a lot of jokes, and now I'm a little bit more serious. We had a little, we injected some ass into this, but you know what, you will never get these stuff. But I think just we've in a year.
Keep talking. There was something I was gonna do, but I forgot to do. Keep.
Okay. I think in a year, even though we only what was this episode? Would we say this episode was
23?
22.
Yeah, I don't care enough to know the episode. No, I'm just kidding. But I just think we've not to toot our own horn, but I think we've done a pretty good job, guys. From rags to slightly better rags.
Clean from street rags to Bed Bath and Beyond rags.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Beyond section.
One thing I was gonna write it down, but I forgot, so I had to look it up. Fucking Soul Cyro has watched every single episode of the goddamn podcast. So major props to that motherfucker.
Yeah, wow.
I could when I went back, because I could
barely live through them.
I went back to watch 1 and 2 purposely because I wanted to listen through our fucking what our order was. It was hard to get through, man. We sucked. It was bad, dude. And so
it wasn't even a garbage truck on a fire sled rolling down a hill. It was a trash fire.
It was fucking bad.
The whole fucking landfill.
No, it was a garbage truck, slowly rolling down a hill on fire, but it slowly gained speed, toppled over, and then just kept
and
going.
then like hit a school, and then you like
hit a school that hit a Ferris wheel that started rolling down.
Yeah.
It's just Katamari Damacy, where it just more shit gets piled on, and it just gets bigger.
Oh my god.
Then it eventually got smaller because we got better.
We got better.
I'm sure like in a year we'll be looking back like, God damn, we sucked. But when we're in our
Goddamn
like,
production run.
back when we're like in our office, you know, like on our set, right?
Totally.
Be like Rooster Teeth, where we we have like
different
sets we roll in. Like
yeah, I think
we'll have
so.
2 of those cameras.
Yeah.
Can we have
Like 8 of those?
Like we cut to different cameras.
Be like the argument cams. Like,
Yeah. The fucking argument.
We'll hire we'll have Dante be the camera switcher. So Dante, give me the one.
No, Soul Syro, you're along with everybody else that has watched and commented.
Everyone who's watched like anything before 10 is a fucking saint.
Anyone who's watched our podcast, let's be real.
Honestly, yeah. But
I was just like the double saint.
Yeah,
for like the ones when we were
just
shit.
like fucking like the punch card like I saw episode before episode 10. I've watched every one.
Like the OG saint.
Yeah. Because
we get one.
I uploaded the video he commented. I uploaded a video just kind of saying like, hey, you know, we're sorry we're not having a podcast, and I mentioned like if you want to, you know, if you're really feeling the itch, we have like 21 other podcasts. Go ahead and watch them. And he said, I watched everyone. I was like, fuck, dude, like that, like, thank you so goddamn much.
Like, wow, thank you.
It was like right after I'm assuming he had notifications on because it was literally like a minute after I uploaded. He commented. I was like, okay, like that's fucking awesome.
And you can support our Patreon.
Yeah, our non-existent Patreon.
Yeah.
But no, so you're awesome. Along with anybody else that watches us.
How much money have we made off this YouTube thing? Like 5 cents?
I think like we're almost at $1.
We're almost at $1.
We're almost at $1. I know, but
that means we've almost at $3.
No, but the thing is,
we need to make 100.
No, the thing is though, we YouTube like just made this new thing where you can't monetize videos unless you have over 10,000 views. So we're back down to
there was a little bit of hope, and then
we were at like I think like 80-90 cents or something.
Man, I love YouTube so much.
I know, man.
We should start putting this on Vimeo.
Yeah, right. Because you know, not enough people watch us on here already.
Yeah.
But nah. So anyway,
smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe to get us to 10,000 views, so we can get that Papa John's pizza.
We have usually around 30 an episode. And
our Kingdom Hearts 3 wish list episode has like 150 or
something,
which is pretty impressive.
So that was a big one. All of the non-podcast ones are kind of big. They also have like 100-ish.
Yeah, unfortunately, episode 1 has a lot, which is depressing.
Of the something.
But yeah, so overall, it's
the sea salt. Something Stupid has like 10 views.
Good.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all for watching very, very, very much. We will see you all in hopefully about 2 weeks.
You people are insane. You keep watching us.
We love you.
Yeah, we need $100 for that pizza.
That's not.
So instead of a monetary value, you just do like as soon as like we get this many views because we're that many podcasts in.
Well, how much is like an actual? Because every 1,000 views is $1, I think, something like that. Is it? I think.
So we need to get 5,000 views. No, because we're getting Papa John's a little.
So yeah, you need like 10,000 views.
10,000 views.
We'll need to figure that out. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Wrap this up.
Wrap
this up. Hold on. Let's just wrap it up.
Sync. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Please. Oh shit.
Oh. The fuck?
In my toilet. I can bring the toilet. It's still sitting on my toilet.
You can put a smaller toilet to put on the toilet.
No, every time I clean the bathroom in my house, and every time I have to take it off the toilet, and I look at it, and I chuckle. It's a little bit. I'm like, I did that.
Chuckle.
Yeah. And I'm like, and then I put it.
I remember I told you guys that one time when Miss Rush just wasn't showing up to class, and it was during the sex ed time. Yeah. And she just wasn't there. We were sitting there, and then this one kid walks up and he's joking "All right, class, I'm your new teacher." And he picks up the little thing for the condom, put the dick, the mold. He picks up and goes.
that was the time that girl got punched, right? You told me. Yeah, she went to get a teacher and just.
Yeah. Right, we've been going on.
Welcome to Something Stupid.
I'll probably cut all this out.
We're not going to get 10,000 views anytime soon. I really want that pizza.